Alright, so now that we're done with that, and I don't know what I was talking about a moment ago, because once again, I took a break between recordings. Which, by the way, the break was only like a minute or so. Like, I just literally just stopped without recording, started another recording, that's all I did. Because because I record these in HD, in 1080p, so if I record like an hour-long video, my editing software has trouble. Like an hour-long video in 1080p, it's like, yeah, this is a lot to handle. So I try not to push my editing software that much, so I split up the recordings. And there's Hylian letter K. If you're playing this on the original version, I think it's just like a rupee, like a red rupee. Which, by the way, these are like piranhas. I don't know what their actual name are, but goodness, they're annoying. Let's just get on the surface before they have the chance to attack me. Right over here. And this looks like a very anticlimactic door, but yes, this is the boss door. And it's right here in the center of the hub of the dungeon. So I always thought that was interesting. It wasn't like at the very end of the dungeon. It was like all in the center, all along. So it's pretty cool. So, by the way, I recommend getting your bottle out for this. Well, there's 3 hearts right there, but right here there's a fairy. Scoop up the fairy. There you go. For me, I have 2 bottles. I have fairies, and I have 1 that has a blue potion. So I'm all set. But if you came to this dungeon with nothing, there's at least 2 fairies in this dungeon. I'm pretty sure there's a blue chew jelly somewhere. If not, there's plenty of red chew jellies. So you should be set when it comes to potions and fairies in this dungeon if you came in empty-handed. Anyways, that being said, I'm going to equip all of my things. I'm going to unequip my fairy because I don't want to use it accidentally in the middle of the boss fight like I always do. Anyways, let's drop on in. And just put on your boots immediately, your iron boots, and fall right down. But the sooner I get this recorded or finished, the better, because I need to leave for work in 27 minutes. And it takes me about 5 minutes to get ready, to change into my uniform. So the sooner I can kill this thing, the better, basically. Twilight, Aquatic, Morpheel. I don't know if it's Twilight or Twilight. Twilight probably makes more sense, but Twilit sounds funny because it sounds like lit, which is slang. So, anyways, this is the first attack that you'll probably experience from this boss. You don't have to experience this attack, but if it happens, take off your boots immediately because if you don't, you'll just drop right back into its mouth, quite literally. So, yeah, so what I recommend doing is don't get too close to the boss. Like, as soon as you get out of the original cutscene, I recommend stepping back a little bit, because if you're too close, he'll get, I'm going to call them tentacles, one of his tentacles around you, and he can do you some damage. Now, luckily, what the boss will do is, what we're going for right here is the eye, by the way. Even if it starts out in a tentacle that's kind of far away from you, it's likely that the eye will make its way, like, towards you eventually. But what you want to do is claw it out of the little thing and pull it towards you and attack it. He will let, or he or she, I don't know, the boss will let out eventually, like these bomb fish. They shouldn't be that much of a threat though, as long as you slice them before they get a chance to bite you and then run away. And although the iron boots, you walk pretty slow in them, you walk less slow in them. You walk a little bit faster in them underwater than you normally would. I would walk too close than you would on land. Which makes no sense. I mean, like, why do you walk faster in the iron boots in water than you do on land? It should be even slower, but okay. Whatever. Not doing so well right now in the boss fight, if you couldn't tell. But that's okay. Let's back up just a little bit. So I believe you can actually see the little range right here. Yeah, that's the little range you want to stay out of. If you don't want to be attacked, I believe. Like, I'm kind of falsely, sort of like halfway assuming that, but I believe that's true. So we'll see. And what also, probably the most annoying part of these fish are that when you're trying to lock onto the eye, instead of you're locking onto the fish instead. So if they're any problem at all, that's probably all it is. But the eyeball will kind of like rotate through these, I don't know what to call them. I'm going to call them tentacles. So it eventually will make its way towards you, and when it does, Lost shot it your way. Stab it, I recommend. The fish babies will come out to me, but then they'll suddenly disappear because cutscene logic. Yep, Morpheel's a lot bigger than she looked. And I will say she. Phone, stop buzzing. This is recording. I don't want to silence you because I don't want to miss people's calls, but you gotta be quiet. Talking to my phone. What I recommend doing is locking onto the boss. Or, actually, I don't recommend doing that at first. What I recommend doing is just getting to higher ground. No. I recommend swimming up a little bit to catch up with the boss. But once you're above the boss, lock onto its eye. And then you want to get out your claw shot and claw shot onto its eye. Again, the eye is still the main target here. It's the main thing we're wanting to attack. So eventually just the boss will kind of like cut into your path. And when he does, lock on, use your claw shot, and then stab his eye. Now, originally this is one of my favorite boss fights in the game. It's no longer one of my favorite boss fights because it's been ruined for me. I watched a top 10 worst Zelda boss fights, and this was one of them. And I was like, why? This thing's epic. This is a really cool boss fight. How could anybody ever think this is a bad boss fight? But really? This thing is not attacking us right now. We're just attacking it if you think about it. It's just trying to swim and like look, its eye is like staring at us, stab it. It's literally watching us kill it. And this thing isn't really attacking us. I mean, it was at first, but we came into its home. And now we're like chasing it down, stabbing it, killing it. I mean, like it's not targeting us. It's just swimming around. So we're pretty much just murdering this, I would say defenseless, but not defenseless, this innocent creature. It's just trying to live, and we're murdering it. So, no longer one of my favorite boss fights. It's just, I thought about it, and I'm like, oh wait, nothing's really happening. I'm like, we're just killing this thing. Let's see, I need to gain higher ground. Are my iron boots still on? No, they're not. I was just swimming down for some reason. Swim up a little bit. Wherever it is, lock onto the eye. You're going to want to kind of swim parallel so you can lock onto it. And once you eventually do, just jab B, stab it, and there you go. There it is, the last fused shadow. I'll just take that, thanks. Now, don't resent me for all I put you through. I need this thing. Besides, we have to do something about Zan, the one who thinks he is the King of Shadows. His power is a false one. I'll prove it using these. So, I've done everything I needed to do. You've done everything you've needed to do. Okay, I'm sorry for dragging you all over the place with me. No, you haven't been dragging us anywhere. We've been dragging you. What would we do without Midna and all her hard work? I mean, occasionally she, you know, like, lifts a giant bridge for us, but besides that, nah. So, shall we go? Yeah, we shall. But before we do that, just by the way, I'm gonna go double check. I'm gonna go check my menu right now. Yeah, we got two heart. We filled a heart container in this episode, so we got a new heart container, and then we're getting another one. You got a heart container. There you go. So we have 2 new hearts added on just in one episode, so I feel pretty good about that. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, Want to go outside? Are y'all done here? Yes. Yes, we are. Next time, let's play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. We will see what happens after this. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Goodbye, guys.